this configuration of our iFlow. So anybody tried it in their local yesterday?
Yes, Anath. Yesterday I tried and I dropped a mail to you to zip file.
To me,
Yes,
on what mail ID?
I will tell you. Hold on line.
Hmm.
Sanath Jain HC@gmail.com.
Okay, okay, okay. Did you did everybody get the documents which I sent yesterday to Bharat?
No, we didn't get it.
Mm, I sent all the mails to Bharat yesterday. All the documents, whatever we have completed today.
We didn't get Sanath.
Okay. Just a second.
Okay.
Just let me check one second. I'm just checking my mail.
Okay. I created interface with mapping. Do you got a mail?
Yeah, I got your mail. Okay, who's from the Global Online right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm asking who's there from Global Online, who's there as a coordinator there, please. I got your mail. I've downloaded. This is GeoIP underscore Mumbai, correct?
Yes,
Devprasad?
right. Yes, right.
So what you can do,
Yes.
go to your uh, import in the file. If you can see my screen, go to your file, click
Okay.
on the import. Okay,
Mm.
under your HANA Cloud integration, there is an option called integration content archive.
Okay.
Okay, click on this, click on next, click from the local system.
Can you share the screen?
My screen shared, no?
No, we are not visible to view your screen.
Same Devi Prasad, Venkat, both. Is it
Hello?
shared now? Is it shared now?
No, no.
Venkat, you cannot see my screen?
Sanath, I can see your screen.
Hmm.
Okay, I will rejoin again, Sana.
Hmm.
I will rejoin again.
Okay. Devi Prasad,
Yes, sir.
can you see my
I am.
screen now?
Yeah, sure. Now, okay.
Hello, Sanath,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah, fine.
So you were disconnected?
Yeah, I rejoined.
Okay. So from here, see, go to this one. If Devi Prasad Venkat Raghu, go to files, go to import. Okay. There's two way. If you have downloaded the jar file, then you have to go to the integration content archive. And if it's a zip file, then go to general, go to archive file, click on next, go to the file location where you have downloaded it. This is the one. Okay, so click it. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Into which folder do you want to archive it? It's saying
First, we need to create a project, then we have to import, I guess, right?
not generally. It's not the case. I think they have changed
Like
the process.
normally in Eclipse for any portal project as well. First, you create.
Yes, two.
So
Yes,
you have this one.
yes. This is my integration scenario.
Mm,
PID type. That's all.
okay, cool. Okay.
We need to select a certificate.
Hmm?
Hmm?
Why the doctor specific? It's not coming.
Either. Anything like that.
One second.
Take it. I was using this one.
Which one?
This Eclipse.
It came blank.
It is in blank.
Oh, it is coming blank.
No, it's there.
You did the same configuration?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Let me get the mail. Devi still just opening the still getting results.
First one.
Which one?
First one.
First one?
Yes.
Okay. And client certificates?
Your client certificate need to
In the sender receiver also?
in receiver yesterday you maintained.
No, no, at receiver it was not required.
Not required. Okay. I maintain the concatenance.
Okay. See, it has been deployed successfully. So the iFlow which you have created is correct.
Okay.
Okay. Let me give you the URL.
My IP address.
URL. 1 second.
Okay.
It was training.
PI URL. HCI URL.
Correct. What name did you give? HCGOIP/Mumbai. Anyway.
Yes.
What was your iFlow name? PID? PID. Okay.
PID underscore.
Hey, it's not there. 1 second. Let me check if it's deployed correctly or not. It's not deployed.
Not declared.
This is the issue. This doesn't give any error also, and then you are clueless where it is stuck.
Initially yesterday also we faced the same issue.
Sorry?
Yesterday also we faced the same issue yesterday.
Correct, correct, correct. But yesterday we had the same configuration.
I think in yesterday in receivers all also we maintained client certificate like that.
Sorry?
Certification, authentication, both ways certification.
No, no.
Receiver
See,
also I think.
None, instead of none, you have to give certificate.
No, this is for yesterday only, the thing which you're
Oh,
checking. Generally, it is issue at the sender end. Part one address, everything is same. No? This is the issue with the cloud type of integration. They generally get successful because those things are successful on your local console. And when you're trying to check that on the cloud, they don't get deployed. So might be possible that our tenant would be the tenant would be not active as of now. Venkat, you tried?
not no, Sanat, I had to go somewhere. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. And Raghu?
Yes, I tried Sanath.
Okay. Please do send me your downloaded copy because the configuration which Venkat, Devi Prasad did, it's correct, but not sure why it's not deploying. See, there is some issue with the tenant today, and it happens very frequently nowadays. Kind of, it's a test tenant, so the visibility of this test tenant, it's not so high priority level. And there is an issue. I'm thinking why it's not giving. There is an issue with this tenant. It is not getting updated.
ठीक है इसी with talent URL.
Hmm?
Issue with talent URL.
One second.
So it is successful.
It's not updating. Wherein, let me check if I'm updating my same older. Uh,
Today date is 11. Start 11. Okay.
yeah. should give me a warning at least. Configure it from again. Hmm. Okay.
Now it is displaying the date 12.
Hmm?
Go back. Go to deployment architect.
Yeah. Today's date is for me, not for your uh, this one.
Yes. That is your interface.
Yeah. Start something. This is correct. Mapping is correct. Metadata. Something. It was not downloaded correctly or something like that. You did like this only, no?
Yes.
Means you didn't miss any steps.
Hmm?
You how did you download it on your local? You click here, you clicked on export.
Go to export. I selected
Yeah,
in general archive file.
okay.
Next. Already it was selected automatically.
Hmm.
Here I selected the download path. .zip. Finish.
Because yeah, I understood. Because I see the metadata details of your interface. Means the main information. You can see the MF and the metadata of my tenant, which get uploaded in the
INF.
HCI. Yeah, this one. This is different from USC. It's not properly.
It is not properly.
Yeah, it's not proper in your case. I'm not sure why.
నేను మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను రేష్మా నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను
Hello.
క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను సనత్
Yeah. See, my metadata, my main fetched data Uh, this is coming in this format, which gets uploaded into the HCI live. And for
Okay.
yours, I'm not sure why it came like this. Uh, there should have been some mistake or something rather while downloading, because that is the only process what you did.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है,
If you need to,
I will create a new interface and later I will forward to you.
okay, try it. Okay, because
That is correct.
that is how we do the configuration, do the
Okay.
download. Anyway. Okay. So uh, Venkat and Raghu, I will be expecting the same file. Okay, just create something, create this type of scenario. Whatever comes into your mind, create a scenario. If you are innovative, you can take any other web server, free web server. There are so many there in the market to test the scenario. So you can, if you have a visual file ready, then you can do the mapping also and do the you can test the scenario using SOAP UI. You just need to give it to me and I will upload this just like Devi Prasad sent me in the mail. Just you also send me the details, that zip file. Just by going here, click on the export, go to general, under the archive file, click on next. Whichever um, whichever project you want to export, you can just select that. Let's say this one, and select the path where I have to download. So this is my GUIP. I will finish. So we'll find one more folder created, geo zip. Okay, so this is the one which we can which you need to send it to me. I will import my into my Eclipse and I will deploy it to the test my tenant, and I will provide you the URL, just URL, just like the URL I created yesterday. I will provide you the URL and you can test it. Apart from that, I will also send you the certificates also, or I will those certificate, using those certificate you can do the configuration, or else what you can do, I will change it to the basic authentication and you can test the scenario. We will test it in front of me. Okay, so
Okay.
I would require in this week, means this all the documents are with him, Bharat. Let me check if Bharat has sent or not. Or Devi Prasad, give me your mail address.
Okay. POLANI. Can I
We
try?
have a,
Can I type?
no, you cannot.
Already got a mail. Just to copy and paste.
Okay, this
Second
one
one.
is yours. Yeah. Devi Prasad.
Second one.
Venkat, this is yours mail, no?
This is Venkatramana mail.
And Raghu,
Uh, Raghu, RAGHU.
RAGHU.
No, RAGHU, not RAHU.
Yeah.
SAP. XI,
Sorry?
XI,
XI, okay.
yeah. No, son, XIPI.
Okay. Very
That's it.
professional.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
okay, so you have the documents today. Okay, what you can do, go through these documents and read all these things. Okay, because it contains from starting to sessions yesterday. Okay, today's session also. What I'm showing you, it's about how what are the new features added in the HCI. One second. Will be going into this one. Certificate message container message persistence. So we had completed what is certificate based communication. Okay, now we are going with the message container. So what is message container? Have you completed the message container?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. So this is new concept which is used in the SAP HCI. It is called message container. Okay. So earlier, if you are aware of what XML is, then you would be knowing that XML contains three major, means XML is divided into three major portions called header, attachment, and property. Okay. So in the, in header you have the header data, from where the data is coming and from where the to where the data is going. Attachment, it is the physical attachment which you can send through the XML, and your body contains the actual payload. Okay, but from HCI, in HCI one more thing is added to the XML, and that would be your property. So what this property means? Property is nothing but a feature where, means a field where you can add your variables. Your variables, I mean your, if let's say in an configuration, let me go to without showing it won't be that much effective. A serious issue with the tenants today. So let's see. Let's say we have this complex scenario where your payload is changing at every point of time. Means let's see, it's starting from here. This is a sender, third-party sender, and don't get confused with the scenario. But I'm just giving you an explanation that the sender data which is coming from here, whatever the file which came from the sender, it is changing multiple times. So you can say the CSV is converted to XML. Okay, the file which is coming from the sender, it is in CSV format, then it is converted to XML, and from here you can see we have a request response type of uh, uh, message where from we are getting an data from the ECC payroll, and then the same data is being forwarded to the content modifier, and then it is sent to the error records. If there is an error, then it's going to error records. If it's successful, then it's going to SFTP, success factor. So that I'm trying to say, my payload and my header property, my header, my body and my attachments, those are changing frequently in this scenario. Okay, just for a reference, this scenario is changing frequently, but I want to keep a variable constant. Let's say I want to, at this point, if a data benefit from the sender, if there is one field coming which I need to use at the last moment, okay, last and I want to use that same field. So what what I will do is I will assign a property to that message, and that property will be standard. Why? I mean, it would be available throughout my iFlow, throughout my processing. And when I means once that message is delivered to the receiver, that property field would be scrapped off, and only header, attachment, and body will be sent to the receiver system. So kind of it is the visibility of a property field is only till it is present in the HCI. Okay, so before coming into HCI, you are having header, attachment, and body. In HCI, you have header, attachment, property, and body. Throughout the processing of that message, you have a property attached to that message, and once that is done, means once the message has been processed, that property is removed and the data is sent to the receiver system. Okay, so we will see how we do that type of configuration. How we do that type of configuration. Okay, so let's say we take our this scenario, our simple scenario. I had this scenario created in front of me. Yeah. So this is the scenario. So how we do the property, how we add, go to message transformation. Under that you have a content modifier. Take this content modifier, place in between this so this content modifier allows you to change the payload, change the header, and change the property altogether. So just double click on this content modifier, and under this property you will find three tabs: header, property, body. So if we want to take some data from header, we can take this from the header file. If we want to change the property of that message, we can do this. And if we want to change the payload or the body of the message, we can do that here also. So in short, if we want to create a message also, let's say we don't have any sender also, just for an example, if we don't have a sender also, so what we can do, we can schedule a message, and same message, same payload will be triggered from my HCI, and that payload will be taken from my content modifier, and it can be sent to multiple receivers or any receiver, same receiver multiple times. So let's say in case I want to trigger a message which will start my another batch process. So using this schedule message, I can start a interface, and then from then I can trigger another process which will in turn give a payload to some system. Or let's say you have the timesheet data. Timesheet data, it has to be sent each day from it has to be taken each day from my, let's say, timesheet provider. So what I will do, I will schedule a message. For that message, I will schedule a content modifier. It will trigger a it will trigger uh, trigger a test message, and that test message will be sent to the this timesheet provider. From there, it will take the response and it will send it to the third whatever say our SAP system.
Sanat,
Okay. Yeah.
Sanat, I am not able to see your screen continuously.
Is it so with the others also?
Are you using, are you moving any screen?
No.
ठीक है just you are explaining.
Yeah, yeah, right now I'm
हाँ
exactly
ठीक है
screen.
ठीक है ठीक
Yeah,
है
right now I am on Eclipse screen. Okay.
okay now it is okay.
So under this content modifier, let's say from my header, I want to take some field. So what I will do, in my header, I will click add. I can create a variable. Say yes. Okay. Is it a constant? Is it a XPath? Is it a header information? Is it expression? Is it a property? Is it a local variable? Is it a global variable? We will understand what is local and global and what are external parameters. Okay. So as of now, let's say I have a XPath. So what is XPath? XPath is nothing but your XML path. Okay, so to reach that variable. So the data type for that is, let's say, language dot lang sorry, award dot lang dot generally we use this uh, data type because it can accommodate uh, all the variables, means all kind of variable, even in string, your character and all those things. So now it's a XPath. So it directly gave me a pop-up from which XPath do I need to take the data, and this is taken from my WSDL file. Okay, so in my WSDL I have already specified, see, I have already specified I want to take the SOAP service SOAP. So from there it knows that my data is coming in this format. So it is now in the XML, it's saying, okay, you can take it, you can take the address part. So the value of this address means whatever address I send to the uh, this in my XML, it would be saved under my test variable, and this test variable will be available throughout my integration flow. Okay, and once it has been received by my receiver, or I have got the response, this variable will be scrapped off. Okay, got me? Okay, so that would be same case with my property also. If I want to add one, I can create one. I can give it test. Again, it will say what type of it is. Is it a constant header expression? Okay, so let's take it as header. As of now, header, in property there is no value defined. So what I can do, I can just provide it 20, 26. So this property, I have just added this property, and this property would be available throughout my iFlow. Okay, so it can be changed in later part. Also, later part you can change this property, but it is available, so you can use it, you can modify it, and you can use it in your, let's say, if you are requiring to send the data to third party, and the file name should be taken from the sender file, sender structure. So what you can do, the thing which I showed you in header, you can take this xbar, means my IP address, and the file name can be used based on this test name. Okay, so this is how you do the, if you are from PI, then you know what are the advanced adapter engine configuration, means where AMIMS.
ASMA
So
parameter.
ASMA parameters, correct. So those parameters can be defined here, or but in ASMA parameters those are only specific to adapters, but in this case it is for full configuration. It is
For any
available,
adapter.
yes, for any adapters. It is available for all the adapters. Okay, and throughout my iFlow. So this is a good thing. Okay, and new thing which is available in PI, HCI, as compared to our PI. But also this is required because this supports BPM, and your messages are changed continuously at each step, which I showed you. Means it can be, there can be a complex scenario, and in one complex scenario itself you can embed it all the scenarios which are required. Generally in PI what we do, we create multiple scenarios for sending us a one file to different receiver, but what they have done is they have embedded all the scenarios in one iFlow, and then sending the same message. So what you can see here also is this is a standard payload, standard iFlow. Uh, so what they did, in this scenario itself, they have provided content modifier at multiple places. So you can see, multiple places they have provided the content modifier. Okay, so you have this, you have the customer name. As per them, there is a customer number coming from the payload. There is customer 1, currency, customer 2. So all these things are coming from payload, whose value can be defined and can be set here. And each time, and you can see each time this file it has been modified, a new content modifier has been placed. So see, uh, after this request and response reply, request and response by reply, you have one more content modifier. Okay. If the message has been there is a filter thing which is been performed, then you have one more content modifier has been added. So what they are doing is they are giving a place where you can keep your variables you can use in later portion of your configuration or whatever. Means if you want to customize it, if you want to use it, then you can do that. It's SAP practice that once your payload has been changed, use one more content modifier, and they follow this practice. They place one more content modifier, and they provide the variables which can be changed. So which can be saved. So here also you have the payload, same payload which is coming, and you can create your own content modifier. You can add your own content modifier. Okay, this is not editable. This has been assigned to some other's name. Okay, anyway, so I can add more content modifier here. So this is what your content modifier means. Okay, whatever. Okay. Now this is about content modifier. This would be a vital part while configuration of the means complex scenario. Even if there is simple scenario, SAP recommends that you should add a content modifier, and means if it's required, add a content modifier and keep your variables in content modifier itself. It does not slows down your interface, means there is no lag or something like that, and it is good practice while configuring our OData. In the next session, while configuring the OData adapters, I will be showing you how this content modifier actually works in live scenario, how we will be taking the variables and using in the adapters, how we will be using, how we'll be converting our payload altogether using content modifier. So in next class, we will be covering up in detail. So don't worry if you are not getting right now. Okay. It's just a theoretical part. Okay, in content modifier. Okay. So again, going back to my theory. Uh, uh, Property are like headers, means both are like headers only. You can use them to store name value pair till the life of the message transaction. So it will be available only in your HCI transaction. It won't be available at the sender or at the receiver. Use variables for use across message processing. Okay, local variables can be only be used within a integration flow. So I showed you there are two type of variables. One is local variable and one is global variable. So local variable has the vicinity, or they can be viewed only in one I flow. Okay, but means one flow, and global variables would be available in uh, multiple iflows. So there is an option called adding more integration flows. So let's say I have added one more integration flows under this one. So my variable would be available under this one also. But once all this process, subsequent process has stopped, that global variable will end. Okay, that would be removed from the memory. So this is the difference between local variable and global variable. Okay, if I created a global variable here, so that global variable will be available under the next integration process also. Okay, so that is the difference. Okay, global validation across integration and tenant. So this is a typical. So this is a typical message payload, means what exactly your message is. Okay. First of all, you have the in-out. You have the in message which is constant, and you have the out message which is constant. This is not changed at all. Okay, means your in message you have a header attachment body, and your out message again it's contain header attachment body. But in my exchange message exchange pattern, I would be provided with the exchange ID. One unique ID will be added to my message throughout, which would be unique. Okay, because based on that exchange ID we can find a message in the HCI. Okay, you have an exchange ID. One exception field will be filled if there is an exception occurring. Okay, any error is occurring, then that exception field is filled out. Okay, you have the MEP, means message exchange pattern, which contains the only the details about what is which one is in message and which one is out message, that is not visible to us. Okay, and then you have property, again the thing which I showed you right now. You have, means it's similar message header, but it lasts during the entire exchange. They contain global level information. You can store and retrieve property at any point during the lifetime of a message. So this is about my message persistence. Okay, so this is the new thing which has been message container, which has been introduced in HCI and was not available in my PI or any other integration tool. Okay, um, just can you give me a minute? Sorry for that. So in our next class, we will be covering up this portion. Sorry, because I have another class in next 10 minutes. So any questions till now for this? Hello? Raghu?
Hello.
Yeah,
Dev
yeah.
Prasad? Yes. So any questions till now, queries till now? I'm expecting some.
Right now,
Sanat,
Yes, sir, Dev Prasad.
I will create a new interface and I forward to you. Can you check?
Yes, sir.
Today I will send.
Okay,
Not
okay, I will say.
today I will
Okay,
send.
okay. Yes, sir, sure.
Uh,
But I would expect
I will change the
the
Eclipse. I will install another Eclipse.
which one is your Eclipse?
Actually, I installed not your Eclipse is different. My Eclipse is different.
Oh, is it so? Which one is yours?
It is. It is both are Mars, but you installed the first one. I installed sixth one
Okay, so
from internet.
should I update my Eclipse?
Huh?
Yours is latest one?
Not like that. While downloading the Eclipse from internet, you install first one, Mars first one.
Correct.
But I installed another one.
Okay, anyway. Try to do that, the first one, and
Okay.
then okay.
With first one I will try it.
Yes, 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 correct.
Today I will do that activity.
Send it
Today
to me.
afternoon or evening I will send to you.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sure.
Okay.
And
But because of that also it may be a reason.
yeah, it would be because both the versions are different and both how they save it, it would be different.
Yes, right. That's why we are getting the issue.
Venkat, you also try create the scenario. Okay. I guess Venkat, yours mic is again uh, giving an issue. No, no worries. Okay, just do that configuration and send the mail to the one which I've sent right now and attach the zip file and send it to me. Okay. Okay, sir. Let's meet on next weekend. I'm expecting those files and on mail I am there available. Okay, let's catch up. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.